Welcome to Pull the Pin Radio, a place where average veterans come to share their opinions of the world we live in. We can't guarantee you're going to like our opinions.
But we promise we're going to enjoy giving them to you.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Mike. Let's pull the pin.
Wow, I
Woo.
love the enthusiasm, Mike. You sound so excited and ready to go.
You know, I was trying not to do that.
So it took all the energy out of
Yeah,
it?
it just took that much energy for me not to do it, man.
You know you're getting old when.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm right there with you. My kids complain all the time about the noises I'm making now.
Oh,
I
yeah?
don't even know where they come from.
So what do you think? Well, not what do you think, but what do we have on deck for today?
Well, I was thinking we could talk about that international news story about the hate crime that was just committed, mass shooting. I don't know how to label it.
Oh, what?
That racially driven.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Let me check Fox News. Nothing. Let me check CNN.
No,
Nothing.
Are you sure it's not?
Let me check MSNB.
Wait. The country's obsessed with ending racism and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, no, hold up. AB, no.
It's gotta
MB,
be there.
no. CB, no. Fox, no.
It's got to be there. Are you kidding me?
Wait. Let me check YouTube. Whoa, it's all over you.
Oh, you found it on YouTube. You found it on YouTube. Even the place, if you don't know what I'm talking about, the place where it came from, where I first heard about it, was the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. And even the title says, Police, Alabama, Georgia shooting spree was racially motivated. Like, that's it. There's no identifiers. There's no anything. There's no adjectives. There's no anything. It's just...
Yeah, well, can you read it again? I think you're missing something.
It says, Alabama, Georgia shooting spree was racially motivated.
Wow. So, okay.
I mean,
Obviously, they missed it. They missed it. So.
We're trying to end racism, right?
Right. So, my thing is just, what's the white guy's name? Just tell me.
Which one? The one that got shot?
No. Doing that. Well, if a white guy got shot, then it wouldn't be news. But the one where the white guy did the shooting. What's his name?
No. You're talking about something else then, because this one is not a white guy shooting any minorities.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a white guy shooting other white guys.
No, not even. Not even. You're never going to guess this.
Got it. So it's different. What you're saying?
Yes.
So normally it's a white man or white guy shooting minorities. So it has this. I know you tried to trick me. This one is a white woman shooting minorities this time.
You're on to me. You're so on to me.
Yeah.
But it is not even a Caucasian shooter. You should have known this. It's all over the news, right?
Well, let me ask you this then. Why is it news?
It's not news.
Okay.
Because it's allowed. It's allowed to be racially motivated, which was clearly from the shooter who said it was racially motivated. It's allowed to happen, and we're going to ignore it because it doesn't fit a certain narrative.
What narrative would that be that was not mentioned 3 minutes ago?
Well, the narrative is actually the white supremacy is the biggest problem in this country.
Okay.
So this does not fit there, so it's really not important. It's not news. Even though a man of color went out to several locations, shot 5 people, all white, declared that it was because they were white. So here we have a mass shooting, right? Racially motivated. I mean, hate crime, right? We could put it in all these categories, and not one media station said, this is a problem we need to stop.
Well, but at least they calling it a hate crime.
No.
Well,
was it?
Well, maybe it's because it's just another person in America who has a mental condition and access to a firearm. Maybe that's it.
What a coincidence.
Yeah.
When it isn't white on minority, it's always a mental condition.
Yes. No.
It's not a racial thing. It's a mental condition.
No, when it is white on minority, they always say, well, he has mental problems.
Well, he does. I mean, that's obvious, right?
Yeah.
Anybody goes out and shoots anybody, they all got mental problems.
True. I agree.
But
so this one is the same then?
Well, I didn't see any mental problems in it.
No?
Yeah, no, I didn't see it.
Oh, so it's just race-based.
And here's the funny part, too. This is the most interesting part. The man who was a person of color I think it's a black man. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what is politically correct anymore, but was arrested by the police without them shooting him. Like I couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm blown away. I was like, you mean a cop arrested a black guy who shot 5 white people and they didn't just come up and shoot him?
Well,
Why? Isn't that what the cops do? Don't they just
well, duh.
shoot him?
You don't.
What?
You really don't know why.
No.
There's a black guy. There's a black officer that arrested him.
Oh, you're. You know what? I got to read the article because I mean, it's just the details I'm just missing are amazing.
You're missing so many. Oh, so
Right?
many.
So many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
so where are we going with this?
Well, we're obviously talking about the double standard, right? We're talking
Double
about the
standard with who?
well, double twice the standard, like it's double the standard. So like it's better than yours. It's
Right.
one step standard better than yours. Yeah, it's the double standard of how it's all in the news about stomping out all the racism. Racism is bad, and everybody's racist, and we're all racist. Everybody's racist. I mean, I can't say racist enough. And then we have a clear-cut example of a racially motivated killing spree, which could be considered
Hate crime.
mass shooting, even though none
Hate
of them
crime.
did die.
Hate
Hate
crime.
crime, and it's not all over the news. Like, how? It's a slam dunk to me. Like, why is this not on the news?
What do you mean by slam dunk?
Well, it fits all the criteria, right? It's a reason to say it's a mass shooting. We could ban guns again. I mean, it's a hate crime. We can make hate crime laws now. I mean, it's racially motivated from the shooter's mouth. It's not like we have to imply it. And yet, nothing. They're not even using it to propel a new bill that takes away all of our rights. Why? This is a perfect example.
Perfect example of double standard, maybe?
Well, of course,
Yeah.
obviously we know that. We know that. I mean, the double standard is accepted, but where is that double standard? Is that double standard in the media?
Absolutely.
So is it just the media?
Oh no, I'm not going that far. I'm just saying, in this case, what we're referring to is is the media. You know, that's one of my favorite topics.
Of course, that's why we bring it
Yeah,
up.
there is a double standard. You
Yeah,
know, and like we can sit around and like we're doing, having fun with the story and all, but this, like you said, is a clear case of a double standard within our media.
sure. And let's say they did put it in the mainstream media all over. Would this be something that they would say would incite fear? You know, like the Asian hate stuff now.
Right.
Like even the Asian hate stuff, they only show certain Asian people being victimized, and they don't really go into details about that too because it's sort of a narrative as well. So would this be like incite some sort of nationwide fear, or would it be just some crazy dude that went out and shot a bunch of people?
I think it'd be some crazy guy going out shooting people.
Yeah, and I think they
Yeah.
all kind of are that, right? Aren't they
Right.
all that?
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, on the surface they are. So
Right.
the narrative of the white nationalist or whatever, I don't know what the theme of the day is today, but the whole narrative of that is kind of injected into it, even sometimes just implied. Where here you have a man specifically saying, "I did it because of this." Because you remember we talked about the shooting of the salon. Was it the salon or whatever? And they tried to make that an anti-Asian thing where the guy was
Oh,
going
yeah.
to kill Asians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turns out it wasn't even all Asians that were
Right.
killed, and it
Right.
had nothing to do with race. And like, so they were allowed to flip that one and make it into their narrative. This one, I'm going to assume you might agree, is there's no way to flip this, so we just don't report it.
Well, it can't. Well, it's not really a flip, but they can use it, like you said, for more restrictions on guns. That's the only way I could see that they can use it.
Right, but it'll destroy their other narrative. So it's better just to stay away from it.
And okay, now they're taking a page out of your lesson plan.
Yeah, yeah. See, and that's exactly what we kind of expected. I mean, we're
Yeah.
really, like you said, we're poking fun of it, but it is really sad. It's just sad. Like, so my question is this. Okay, I'm a white guy, right? If you can't tell, I'm a white guy,
Yeah.
right?
With
So there's
mental
people in the
issues, yes.
media, huh?
With mental issues.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah.
You can make a case for that.
Just
So
see
there's
what's stuck in his hat, people. Just look at the hat.
So there's people out there, right, in the media, who are white also.
Yeah.
Like, so logic would say if white people are the problem, plaguing this nation, does that include the white people in the media who are pushing this narrative? Or do they not see themselves as part of the problem?
Okay, I would have to know more about what you're referring to, but let's just take the last part about white people in the media. I would say these people have a job to do, and that is what? Get more clicks, get more likes, get more subscriptions.
That's not their job.
Yes, it is. Why? So they can get more subscriptions, which means more money, and they stay in business. That's the whole point of it.
Right.
And I'm not giving them a pass because we've talked about this at length, and every once in a while we'll get a case where it proves our point, about the double standard. So for people out there who are still pushing that narrative, I say, what do you say in this case? And they don't say anything. Now, I could take their side and argue a point, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not them.
Right. Well, I mean, the question is there enough news to get clicks? Is there enough news? Like, do you have to make up a narrative? Like, isn't there enough news in this country? Like,
Well,
things are
it's
happening
enough.
all over the world.
Yeah, but when you have certain, sometimes we become immune to certain things, right? Due to the media and the sensationalism of things. So pretty soon, the white on black or white on non-white crimes are not going to be news anymore. It's just going to be another story because everyone will be used to it. You know what I mean? So
Right.
they're getting it in while they still can, so to speak. You know what I mean? So if it
Sure.
still works, they're going to keep using it.
But my question is let's go back in history a little bit, right? You don't have to go too far, I guess, but go back in history. You remember when magazines like the Inquirer and all those,
Yeah.
those were the magazines that were all the shock and awe, and they really didn't sell. People were like, oh, that's cute, but whatever. Well, I don't know if they sold. Obviously, they were still on the shelf, and people probably like Jerry Springer. They bought it anyway. But I mean, the media itself had enough to report, and it was really a race to get the information first and all that. They didn't have to make crap up.
Yeah, but when you say they had enough to report, it's not just about reporting. When you talk about like the Inquirer and other tabloids, yeah, why did they come out with those freaky, stupid, make people eyebrows go up type stories? Because it was different than what you were just speaking on the magazine. So now that got them, well, not clicks back then, but they got them more sales and soon subscriptions.
Well, but
You know
that's
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying is I don't think the Inquirer sold more than the local newspapers. Like I
Yeah,
don't
but they
think
were trying to get up there. So if they're
right.
not going to report on similar news, they had to change it up. They had to be different. They had to have that niche, you know?
Okay, so I guess my question is when did the Inquirer switch to being the odd news that they were trying to compete to being the normal standard of news? Like to
When,
me,
oh, go ahead.
you get what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like the Inquirer used to be the outside news trying to make sensationalization and people look, oh, wow, look, man has two babies. You know what I mean? Like that's what they were doing back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, but I mean, and I get it. Why? Because they had short stories that were probably 99% not true, but it was short stories. Somebody can read a headline and then go read a paragraph or two for a story in there, and that was it. But in a regular magazine, you had to read much more. And once again, we talked about the attention span of the average person. Nah, just give me the talking points, and that's enough. So now a lot of the stories in the tabloids became what? Truth to those people, their fans, their subscribers. And that's how it worked. So they got, and that's how they became relevant to these people. Not everyone, like what we're talking about. They became relevant. So even though it's like a bunch of people out there who believe in the stories that the Inquirer was pushing or tabloids were pushing, it's like Jerry Springer. He had a following. That stupid show, but he had an audience for that, and then he reached a certain level and he became relevant, so to speak. while guys like us are looking at it like, are you serious? Yeah, and that's how I look at it, man.
Well, so you think the media is adapting with the public's needs or desires, or do you
No,
think?
they're to me they're pushing something to try to be different, to try to get subscriptions. That's the main thing that they're doing.
Well, that's what I'm asking, Mike. So in your opinion, is the media giving the public what the public wants, or is the media trying to lead the public to what they want it to have?
Both, both. They lead you, and if it works, if they have enough people bite on it, right? So now they're gonna keep leading you with that, as we call it these days, clickbait type stuff. You know what I mean? Is
Right.
that answering your question?
Yeah, because I want to make the case, or at least explore the case between the TikTok generation of people who just want to see outrandish, like we saw growing up. Obviously, we're older. We saw the jackasses of the movies coming out and all that. People being really stupid, doing dumb things, and it was fascinating to watch. Like I didn't get into it, but as long as they're hurting themselves, whatever. But then you started to see everyone was trying to do that because people were interested in it because it was different. So is that society shifting and then the media just trying to keep up and play with it to compete? Or do you think the media is trying to direct where society goes?
I think someone put something different out there, and they gained an audience, and then the media steps in to try to feed off of that. It's kind of like I was listening to it while I was watching an interview years ago. This guy was talking about Hollywood, and he said Hollywood is they're not as good as people think, meaning, their imagination is not as vast as people may think. It's like if you have a superhero movie, right, and it's very successful. He said all the studios go in there and they trying to get the next one, the next one. That's why you have the DC Comics versus Marvel thing going on. Everybody's trying to beat it. That's it. That's what's in right now. That's what's in. You know. And if you have name a movie that you like, I can't think of off the top of my head right now. Whether it's The Departed. I was just having a conversation about it. The Departed. That was a good movie. So he said now studios are going in there trying to make a similar type movie.
Sure.
Yeah, because that's
Sure.
what's in. That was a hit. So all we have to do is change it up just a little bit to make it ours. And it's like they're just copying because that's a hit right now. And I think
Right.
that's what the media is. They're doing like what you're talking about with the story right now. There's nothing newsworthy about that in
Right.
our media.
Right.
Right.
Sure, it
It's
would be
not gonna.
newsworthy a guy going to two different states hunting down people. That would
Yeah.
be newsworthy, you'd think.
Right. Exactly.
But
I
it's
agree with you.
not it's not in where we're at. And
Right.
it's interesting you said that because I had read a book one time and I don't remember the title of the book or but it was something about like how to write a book. And it was interesting because it said exactly what you just said. It said you take a best-selling book in the last 10 years. I'm going to ruin it for anybody who wants to read it, but take a book that was best-selling book in the last 10 years, strip it down to its bare bones table of contents, change every piece you can, but keeping the story the same as it is because
Right.
people are obviously liking the story.
Right.
So just change the setting or the characters,
Mm-hmm.
and you just rewrite the book.
Yeah.
And it's not plagiarism because they can't, you can't steal a concept, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, and so that's kind of like what you're saying now. They're one media's doing it, they got the clicks, and all of a sudden now everybody else is mocking it and doing it.
Right.
I
Now
think
think
we're in that
about.
era right now, right?
Oh yes.
Even in
Yes.
music and dance and all the
Yes.
things, like it almost seems like creativity's gone. I mean, there's
Thank
new ways of
you.
creativity.
Thank you. Yes.
We've
And now,
got
if you really think about it, the last movie that you watched, and if you sit back and just think about it, you can almost predict what's going to happen.
yes,
You
yes,
know what I
but
mean?
but there's one caveat. They're forcing in the social justice stuff, and that becomes very clear and obvious. Like I can't watch a movie now without some sort of gay couple or some sort of you know blatantly obvious mixed couple, and not that that's never been a problem, but it's all so forced in your face, or an example of racism
Hmm.
or homophobia, or it's all forced in your face. It's in every movie. Like I've been watching a TV series. I'm not even going to mention it, but it's in there.
Why not?
All right, it's called Manifest, and
Oh,
Have you seen it?
excellent. No, honestly, I never even
Oh,
seen it. No.
well, it was about some plane that it was a great concept. Plane takes off, the families separate, the plane takes off, gets up in the air, and then all of a sudden it vanishes, and then the people on the plane are landing, and the people on the land are like, wait a minute, that plane disappeared 5.5 years ago.
Yes, I
So
seen
the
that. Yeah,
concept's pretty awesome. Like I like that
that's
concept. So
old,
they
right? Like 5 years
maybe
old or
yeah.
so.
I
Yeah.
know I've seen it's got 3 seasons up, but I don't like to watch
Oh,
the new ones because I can't wait a whole year for the next season.
yeah. Same here.
But it's the same thing. So I thought the concept was great, but I'm telling you, as I'm watching the movie, I'm looking for the great, plot twists and things, and all I'm getting is, oh, now this guy's gay, he's kissing on this guy, this guy. So those are the plot twists now. It's not even about, creative writing, and it's about how do we fit in these social justice things, and they're fitting them all. They're checking the boxes, and I'm sitting there like,
But
this is
see, why
not
do you
even.
think though?
I guess that's what sells. I don't know. Maybe people want to see that. I don't know.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
of
want to see it. I
course.
could care
If it
less. It doesn't.
sells, that means people want to see it, right?
Well, I don't
But
know. I don't even know if it sells. Maybe the show's canceled now. Maybe they finished it. Maybe they,
yeah,
because there's
but
other.
I would like to know why. Maybe COVID did it. I don't know. But where I was going with this was, it's because their target audience. They're trying to include everyone,
Right, but you don't
right?
think that's excluding others by trying to include everyone?
No,
Like
because if you're in there, you're in there.
right, but we talked about this in the racial communities. Like I said, growing up in Jersey, there was diversity only by population. It wasn't diversity by community because every community had its own population that was
Yeah.
not diverse at all. It was all Hispanic community. So if you go into a Hispanic community, you got a bodega that sells a lot of Hispanic food.
Yeah.
Now, why would I live there if I have to drive, 20 minutes out of my way to go get something that I like?
Well,
And it's not that
because
what's that?
well, if you just cross the street, go to the other one, it has other food in there.
No, it doesn't. That's what I'm saying.
No,
It
I
doesn't.
wasn't
Oh,
referencing Jersey. I was talking about like in Brooklyn. You
sure.
know? Yeah,
Well,
you go
Brooklyn's
down.
a little
Yeah.
more compact. It's got a lot
Yeah.
of stuff there, which is
Yeah.
which is cool. But you still have a Chinatown, right?
Oh yeah.
So
You got
it's
the
not like
Jewish town. Yeah, all of that.
right.
Yeah.
So you still have some New York is just more compressed,
Yeah.
so you can get more places quicker. But New Jersey is a little more spread out, so you have to intentionally be in this Hispanic town for Hispanic food.
Right.
So I completely lost the whole point of what I'm saying, but
No, you're saying why would you live there if you have
right.
to drive a certain distance to go get something that you like or
Right. So
whatever?
what I'm saying is, so I wouldn't go move into a Hispanic town and try to sell hair products. That's a pretty easy one because I know black hair is a little different. I wouldn't go selling that in a Hispanic town where nobody in there needs it. People aren't going to come to that town to buy it when they can go right where they live and buy it. You know what I'm saying? So why would you force things like that into movies? Like if your population already likes your movies, why are you trying to please a small population into your movies?
So that you could get them as an audience. Don't
Right,
exclude them.
but you may be losing some people from your other population, so it's a wash.
No.
But
No, I have to
what I'm saying,
disagree
like
with that.
there's genres.
No, I
There's
got you.
yeah,
I
I mean, you
got you.
can go watch foreign movies. There's actually a whole genre of foreign movies for the people who want to watch foreign movies. So why not make a genre for people who don't fit into the overall general population? You
Well,
can't please everybody. It's just not possible.
okay, you just answered your own question.
But did I?
If you
have to
can't,
explain it to me.
then you say you might be losing a certain segment of the population, right?
Sure.
All right, so you can't please everyone,
Right, but I'm saying
even with the change.
you're risking losing your regular population for the sake of a smaller population to improve it. Like I don't know. Like, to me,
I get what you're saying, but what I disagree with is because I know they spend a whole lot of money researching that stuff to see, okay, like you said about a gay couple, a mixed couple, and trying to get that target segment of the population to be your audience.
right.
You get what I'm saying?
But I'm saying
Without
they're
losing
but I'm saying
Jim.
they're wrong though, Mike. I mean, I'll give you a good example, like with the Ghostbuster thing.
Uh-huh.
Somebody felt the need to let's make a all-female Ghostbuster team. So who did that research? That movie bombed. The movie stunk. In fact, they're trying to erase it and come out with something new. Like Who did that research? And that's happened. There's probably plenty of examples where that happened, where they're trying to go along with the trend and they think it's going to be this great thing. Because you see it a lot of sitcoms now.
Yeah.
They're trying to reverse it into either race, gender, or sexual preference. They're trying to change all these characters. And that stuff isn't making money. So whoever's doing their research is getting it wrong.
Well, maybe it's wrong because of the actors or the cast that they selected.
Or maybe it's
I
the
don't.
audience, right? It's the audience, right? The hateful fans that just don't know how to appreciate a good movie. Yeah, I got it, man. I get it.
I didn't say that, y'all.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure that's what it is.
But we'll see. Not that, I mean, even if it was all men, you have not all men, but that certain segment of the population is that that group that's predominantly supports all movies, right? Whatever the group may be. My whole point is some of those movies have bombed.
Sure.
So if you have an all-female cast and that movie bombs, I don't know if it's just because it was an all-female cast.
Well, it's not. I mean, you can't, because there's history of that, like Charlie's Angels, things like that.
Right.
There were shows that had female casts that we loved. Lots of people loved.
Yeah.
It goes back to my point about the forced. You make a good movie, and if it involves, all female cast, a gay couple or whatever, then it's a good movie. If you make a movie and you're pushing and forcing these things in kind of where they don't even make sense, they're just there.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's just like Hollywood's been accused for how many years of whitewashing. You have these white guys playing Asian people, and the movie doesn't bomb because this actor or actress has a following. So the movie doesn't bomb. People are going to go just to watch them, and they might do a damn good job. Right?
And it could be a good movie, right?
Yeah, it could be.
Regardless of who's playing what.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they'll like they call it whitewashing. So, but that's wrong. Like you're trying to force something on people, but the movie did good because the acting was good and they have a following.
Tell me what part of it you see as wrong.
What's that?
That somebody's playing the wrong race?
Yeah.
If they're an actor or something the wrong race?
Yeah. A lot of people have a problem with that.
Well, yeah, but that's people's choice to have a problem with that. But like, for example, if a white man looks Asian, looks Indian, looks Hispanic, then how did you know? Like you probably wouldn't even known if you saw the movie.
Dude.
What?
That's like you going on there and being the last samurai. You've
been talking about like guys like Keanu Reeves and stuff like that?
No, not Keanu Reeves. I'm talking about you, Jimbo.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like if you go in there and play the role as a samurai from back in the 1800s or whatever, and it's like, that's Jimbo. That dude is white. What's going on here? But then the movie doesn't bomb. It's a blockbuster. But people are like, man, that was wrong. Still was a blockbuster, but that was right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to process that because I'm like,
because it's personal. That's right.
No, not as personal because I wouldn't play a samurai because I wouldn't know anything about being a samurai.
Oh, they don't. Well, but they do research but you don't see a problem with that? Ouch.
No. I mean, I don't know what do you do? Do you get Bruce Lee? Okay, Bruce Lee had his own movies. Like,
right.
What do you do? And they were great, and people loved them. So it wasn't.
If it's a samurai, get someone Asian.
But what do you do? I mean, do you have an Asian guy that's a samurai? I don't know. I don't even know what movie you're talking about, but
jeez,
like
you really, yeah.
The Last Samurai, is that the movie?
Yeah.
Is that?
And you want to hear the worst part about it?
What's that?
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I guess that's my point, right? I guess that's my point is that even if you make a good movie, even like I'll give you an example. I never saw it, but I heard like Brokeback Mountain was about gay guys or something in the, and I heard people saying it was a good movie.
Right.
I never saw it because I'm not interested. I'm just not interested in watching it. But if it's a good movie, it's a good movie. People probably weren't complaining about it. Either they weren't interested or they were interested. But my point was not that. It's that it's forced. It's like when it's not relevant. It reminds me of the old comedians. There were comedians that cursed, and then there were comedians that just cursed. Like, a good curse in a joke can go a long way.
Yeah, that's
true. A comedian that just curses because that's every word he uses has no value to the jokes. Like I think Eddie Murphy used to be good at cursing, with his jokes. But then there were other people that just every word was a curse and it didn't add any value to the joke.
Right.
So to me, it's kind of similar to that. If you're going to make a good movie, you don't have to force something if it's a good movie.
Yeah, but when you use the word force, I think that's where I have a problem with it.
Well, when I say forced, I mean the script is written.
Yeah.
The script is written about a story about here. The script has nothing to do with gender, race, or anything, but you create a place to put gender, race, or something around inside of the script.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Brokeback Mountain, you're writing a story about gay men or whatever it was about. I don't even know what it was about, so I'm not even going to try to pretend. But that's what you're writing it about. Now if you're writing a story about crime, law and order, and all of a sudden you show up and the one guy is a policeman and his partner is gay and it has nothing to do with the story. It's not about the couple. It's not
but it could be in the script though.
Right, it was written in the script. That's my point. It was intentional. Check the box. Oh, we need to make sure we have this represented. We need to make sure this. We need to make sure this. That's the feeling I get.
So that's where that's where you're saying it's forced.
Yes, I'm feeling like there's a checklist that they have to go through to make sure every movie they make now has these things in them.
Or at least 3 out of 5.
Right, correct.
Oh, okay.
Because then you can always, oh well, look, we did this. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I agree with you, but I still disagree with the use of the word forced.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I'll give you the semantics if you want. To me, it feels forced.
It's not that I wanted. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying that's the way I'm expressing it. It feels forced, like they put it in the script, not that it was part of the script.
They put it in the script, and they wanted it a part of the script because they think it will help sell the script.
Or they just want to avoid being called out and being blacklisted because they didn't have it in the script.
I disagree with that. Okay. Because there's so many movies out there that don't do that.
Not anymore. I don't know if you watch movies anymore, but that's what I was trying to say.
I was about to say it's not in Manifest, but that would have been a lie.
It is a big lie. It's all over Manifest.
Yeah.
All over. And every time I turn around, a new episode has some new check the box. I'm like, can we just see what happens to this person?
Yeah.
Like, do we have to go on a side story about how your love life, which has nothing to do with your flight? You know what I mean? It just, it's got all of it. Illegals, it's got all of it.
Yeah.
Every social justice thing is in every one of these episodes. And I'm like, it's becoming so obvious that I forget sometimes what the movie's about or the show is about.
Right.
So, but anyways, we beat that to death. And this really is off the double standard of the media.
That's a good conversation. It is.
Yeah. So if you want, we could pull the pin on this unless
you're I'm ready. I'm ready.
So let's go into our favorite segment where we either pull the pin on something, person of the week, or a shout out.
All right. I got a POW for you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. This POW, my person of the week is going to be, this is going to sound so cheesy, but bear with me. My wife. Wow. No smart comment there, buddy?
I'm waiting to see her show up behind you.
Oh, no. It's because we're planning this whole thing this weekend, and a bunch. She started something. It is supposed to be like this, and now it's just manifested into something 10, 20 times larger.
Man,
oh yeah.
Where have I heard that?
Yeah. Pardon the pun, but anyway, but no, it just blew up, right? But she's a trooper. And she's just sticking with it and say, hey, everything is going to work out. She has faith. And even though my work this week is not allowing me to assist as much in the preparation, like I said, she's a trooper. She's going through with it. And she's pulling a big load there, because I can't contribute as much as I probably normally could. So that's going to be my person of the week this week.
I'm going to go on a whim here and say,
oh, God,
you probably don't contribute much anyways.
Shut up.
I've already met your wife, so I know she's fully capable. So I'm sure she can trust the process.
Oh,
and no matter how it comes out, it's going to be fine.
You can ruin a damn person.
But I'm sure you're going to help if you can.
Oh, let me tell you something. That woman.
I don't have my soundboard hooked up. You're lucky.
You don't? Okay. No. What do you have for us?
I'm going to do a shout out, and I'm going to go out there to what is turning into our number one fan there on the the comments. I don't even know if I'm gonna say it right. It's Lilith R. I don't know if you've been reading the comments, but I mean, she's she. I'm gonna say it's she. I didn't actually look close enough.
So Lilith.
I could be deceived by whatever the icon is, so it's hard to tell. Whoever this is adding a lot of comments and it sharing a lot. So okay. I really appreciate getting involved. He, she, whatever you are, they. I don't know. I'm not going to offend anybody. I appreciate your comments, and it's like what we like to see: some engaging conversation.
Okay. So, how you spell Lilith? Lilith.
It's Lilithr. Yeah.
Oh, Lily.
It's a username, I guess. So it doesn't. Yeah. I don't know what it means, but okay. Maybe that'll be in the comment from this one.
Yeah. That's what the name appreciate means,
where it comes from. Yes.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it. At least we know somebody's listening.
Yeah. Somebody. Besides us.
Yes, and your wife, right? Because your wife is our biggest fan too.
Oh yeah. Criticizes. All she does is criticize.
Yeah, right. And that's why you go to work full time. And that is all the time we have for this episode. We hope you enjoy what you have to say. We hope you get involved, contribute. We hope you join the show if you're a veteran, or if you're supporting veterans in any way. Reach out to us at www.pullthepinalready.com. And until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.